Hey everyone, my name is Gamer Corey, and welcome back to another Minecraft episode. Now in today's episode, as you guys can actually see on your screen as of right now, we are going to be going over the snapshot, which actually was released yesterday. I just haven't had a chance to really make a video on it yet, so I do want to get videos out about these snapshots, so hopefully you guys, I will get them out a lot sooner when they come out going forward. I just really wanted to take my time and be able to kind of experience this, because I think this is going to be an absolutely amazing update to Minecraft. Obviously we just got done getting 1.16 about 5 months ago, and we've had a lot of fun and a lot of experience with that one. But just some of the new features that are even just in this snapshot, which are only a fraction of what is to come for the Caves and Cliffs update. I can only imagine what this is truly going to be like when it is completely released. But anyway, let's go over the features that are going to be released just in this snapshot. And I'm hoping that by this time you guys have already taken the chance and tried out the snapshot and kind of looked around, kind of experienced it a little bit. There's a lot to go through, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. But they've added bundles. We've got candles, lava cauldrons, copper, which is going to be pretty neat. There's a couple things that I do want to talk about copper when we actually do get to that copper section. Amethyst, lightning rod, the spyglass, tinted glass, and a shocker hitting a shocker with a bullet can now make a new shocker. So then it obviously has all the different stuff going through all of it. I don't necessarily want to read all of this. However, the one thing that I do want to focus specifically on this list is actually the bundles. I know a lot of people are pretty excited about brand new storage possibilities coming to Minecraft. I think that they are going to be kind of cool, especially for early game, before we can actually get some of our shulker boxes and things like that, or before we even go to the end or even beat the Ender Dragon. Maybe we just want to take our time before we get there, and we want something that's a little bit diverse in storage before we can actually get to that point. So let's just go over what it can actually handle. So it can actually handle a mixture of items, but it's only one full stack worth of items. So it's 64 total items if it's stackable. So you could do 64 dirt, 32 dirt, or 32 stone. You could also do the 32 dirt but 8 ender pearls, because 8 is actually half of the 16. Or it could just be like one of every color of wool, concrete, carpet, terracotta. There's 64 blocks in total. Or you could actually just do one non-stackable item. So like in this case, they demonstrate a 1 diamond helmet. So obviously putting a diamond helmet in the bundle isn't worth it. I honestly don't know who here would ever do that, to be completely honest, unless you're going to be making a shop for an SMP server where you're trying to hide what the rewards are inside of that bundle. That would probably be the only time. But I don't think you would be like, oh, I'm going to make a bundle and then craft it up and then put a non-stackable item in it and then put that into my storage system or for safekeeping. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So that's pretty interesting. But let's just kind of take a look at some of the functions inside of Minecraft. So let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, so we're over here in the snapshot of Minecraft, obviously having some night vision. I'm guessing it's getting pretty close to wearing out, so we might have to apply it again. But I want to show you guys the couple of the new blocks naturally. So this is going to be the copper ore that you guys will actually go ahead and find. This one actually has a couple of them really close by. I didn't do any sort of strip mining at all in the world, so I do want to let you guys know about that. And I will let you know that we're currently at level 28. So we are down pretty far, but not like diamond level by any means. Just from looking around, I would say that these are as rare as, they're not as common as like iron, but they're not as rare as diamonds by any means. I would say these are kind of in the line of lapis or redstone. So finding these, you can see there's more right there. This specific cave, I found quite a few of them at different patches. There was another one right here somewhere, right there. You can see it. And I think that was it for the rest of this cave. There are some things that I do want to go over copper here in just a little bit that I'm pretty excited about. I was a little unsure of copper at one point in time, and I think that going forward, It'll be really nice as a new block. The next thing that I just want to kind of look over is we got this huge ravine right here, and I think when I was looking around, I did find some earlier. So these are pretty much right on the surface if you guys are looking for them. Where I saw some right on here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where it was at. There they are. So there is some more copper there. So you can easily find these. Obviously, they kind of blend in and kind of look like iron until you get a little bit closer because they got a little bit of that that greenish texture around it, and it's a little bit more orange compared to the iron. But when you're back a lot further, they kind of blend in. But speaking of new blocks, we actually have the new blocks right here. Now, there is 4 brand new blocks inside of these areas. Actually, there are technically more. So we've got the Cellite, and then we've also got the Tuff. And as you can see, that part of the Amethyst area is actually exposed with the Cellite. So you will be able to see these on top of the surface or around, kind of like where we're in here in this ravine. But just kind of roaming around this specific world, I was able to find, looking down in water specifically, I was able to find and see this. So imagine looking down on this. This is what you will see from the surface under some of the water. So these are very, very common. You will find a lot of them. I'm not sure if the blocks inside of the Amethyst area are going to be renewable or not. I couldn't find anything that actually says that they were or weren't, or maybe I just misread something, but that's kind of what I came up with and what I have found so far. I really do like the texturing of this new Tuff block. I like the gray. Look how good it looks even just with regular stone. I think in builds, I think this will come up. I think a lot of people, especially builders, will come up with some really good uses for this. It's kind of a mix between gravel and stone, in my opinion. And then we got the Cellite, which is the inner shell of the Amethyst. The Tuff is the exterior portion of it. And then this kind of looks like a marble, and I think would be really, really good mixed in with like quartz or just smooth quartz blocks of some kind. Now, I don't know. I haven't looked to see some of the, if there's like stairs that you can build out of it, if it's just a full block. Maybe there'll be more additions to blocks as we go inside of the snapshots. And like I was mentioning earlier, this is just such a small fraction of some of the new stuff that is coming to 1.17 that I really just can't wait to get my hands on. I think this is, my mind is going literally 1,000 miles per minute with some of the things that I believe I could come up with in the very near future. Well, I shouldn't say very near future because this probably isn't going to be coming out until late spring or early summer of 2021. So anyway, let's go ahead and break into this. And then you got the new blocks, which are going to be this. We don't actually have anything different here. Can we find a different one? But anyway, you got this one. It's a block of amethyst, and it makes a really cool noise when you break it. It's musical, which is pretty neat. We can actually break in here and see where the other block is. There it is. And we got the budding amethyst. So that's the 2 textures that you're going to get from these. I don't know if you could take block of amethyst and make that or vice versa. Guess I haven't really looked at that. And then you have the new crystals, which are going to be the shards. But they are different. I shouldn't say they're different clusters. The cluster is actually what you need in order to build the spyglass. And then the other ones, like the large or the small, there's actually 5 different stages, and they aren't growth. This is how you are going to find them, at least as far as I could tell. And if you look at it a little bit more closely, everything that they are growing on, which I think that they grow specifically on these blocks right here, the budding amethyst. So if you look at all of them really carefully, that's the only spots that I've been able to find them growing on. But there's 5 different stages of those. But that's pretty cool. All right, so yeah, so musical. We got musical blocks now when you break them, or even when you place them. And they're slightly different each time that you place them. Sometimes they're the same notes, and sometimes they're just a little bit different. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the actual copper blocks and show you what I was actually most impressed with the copper. All right, so what I find actually really cool about the copper, if we actually scroll to the bottom, we have the copper block, which will be right here, the copper ore. But look how many different styles of copper blocks there actually are. And you can actually keep these in different stages. So this would obviously be the copper block itself. And then you got lightly weathered. and then you're going to go down and you're going to get semi-weathered, and then you're also going to get weathered blocks. So those are the 4 different stages, and you can actually save them by actually combining them with the honeycomb. So kind of a waxy finish, but now, I mean, there's no difference as far as like they don't look any different. So you're gonna have to make sure that you're looking at it and you're actually looking for waxed copper instead of copper blocks. So that's gonna be one thing that might be a little tricky at the beginning to get used to. So when you put down one of these blocks, so we can actually grab a couple of these, you can actually save them, which is pretty neat. But look, I mean, there's so many different varieties of the blocks, which are insane. And you can see how they just slowly age over time. And then what you're going to do is you would pick those up, you would put them down like how you want them, and then you'd let them age. And then you just combine them inside of a crafting table with your honeycomb, which is now a brand new use for honeycomb, which is actually pretty amazing. So, and you can do that with all of the other ones as well. Whether you're looking at like the slabs or whether you're looking at, you know, the stairs or whatever it might be. So you got the normal blocks, you got the cut copper, and then you got the copper stairs, and then you got all the different wax style ones, which is pretty neat. So that they have that. So all varieties of the copper except for the copper ore and the copper ingot will be able to be saved at some point. Now, these are the normal ones, so if we just let these stay for Minecraft days, it does take quite a while to get them, and it is kind of random, and it's days in Minecraft, and eventually these will weather, and they could eventually all turn like that. So if you wanted an all green roof and kind of having it, but I think that saving them at different points in time is going to be awesome for, especially for the builders. And I could think of some really cool ideas, and I think that one Hermitcraft player is going to absolutely love these because he's already tried to make a copper roof already. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about B00100. I mean, he's probably in love with this. I would love to see and hear his thoughts on these blocks because I think they're absolutely amazing. So for our next one here, we got candles. So you would be able to actually do the candles right here with them. And then you can actually dye them with whatever one. So you'd make the regular candle, then you just combine it with whatever color, and which is pretty nice. Now, the other thing that you can do with these is they do stack in groups of 4, and then that's it. But they do stack on top of each other. And I think you can actually just shift click it if you only want one. And there you go. You can actually have floating candles if you want to. So you can make almost like a wizard style theme if you want to, which would be kind of cool for those that are Harry Potter fans out there. And then you can place them down. Now, the one thing I did notice is you can't put multicolors. So you can't have like a regular, a black, a red, and whatever, all in 4. That would be really cool. Maybe that is a function and feature that they will add later. But having a variety of colors inside of one area would be really neat. But I think just the candles in general are going to be kind of a neat little lighting source, especially for that old time feel, or maybe like a fireplace mantle or whatever you're looking for. I think that they will definitely serve some functions for builds in the very near future. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the next portion of this episode. Now, it's talking about these guys, which are the bundles. And the first thing that I want to say is I have mixed feelings as of right now. I really don't know if it's something that I'm going to enjoy or if it's something that I'm truly going to use or not. But I think they could serve a function, but they do require 6 pieces of rabbit hide and 2 pieces of string in order to craft them. So they're not going to be the super easiest of recipes to create. And I guess early stage, if you guys have a rabbit farm, which I have never personally made a rabbit farm, at least in all my years of Minecraft, I don't think I've ever done that. But if they change the recipe to say cow, and you have a cow farm, I mean, you can get leather from your piglin farms later as well. I just don't really know. I get why Mojang is doing it, possibly to get people to build and step outside of their comfort zone, I guess, with these. I just don't know how many people are truly going to build a rabbit farm just to have the new bundles. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts and opinions are on the brand new bundles. All right, so let's go over the next thing. The first thing I actually just want to talk about is the Amethyst. Just real quickly, if we scroll down here, there's actually 4 different stages. I believe I said 5 earlier. There's small, medium, large, and then the cluster itself. There's also a shard that's available, is what you'll need to actually to craft the spyglass. And I think this is actually really, really cool. I think this is a really neat function. I know that a lot of people use Optifine, but even the people that don't use Optifine, this is obviously going to benefit them even better. But even with Optifine, I think this is definitely going to go ahead and serve a purpose. I think Optifine will have its purpose for recording, but I think that the Spyglass will definitely aid when you guys are doing exploring. Because look at this. I mean, this is awesome. I mean, there's no way that I could tell that there are pumpkins on the top of that hillside over there. And you get up high in the world, or like on a mountain like that over there, and then you can start using your spyglass to really find what you might be looking for. So you'd be like, well, okay, I can see that there's a snowy area over there, but what does it have for me? Does it have an igloo? Does it have pumpkins? What does it have that I can actually go and find? Like, I mean, look at this. I can tell there's a tree way over there, but I can't see what's next to it. And now I can see pumpkins. I can see sugarcane as well, which is insane on the distance that you can actually see with this. There's no way that Optifine can do that. So I definitely think that they are both going to serve individual purposes. And I think early game, a lot of people are going to be building spyglasses just because you can't fly and you can't get the place super quickly. But having a spyglass is going to give you more of a direction, because once you go, hey, I really want to check out, I guess the only thing that is really coming to my mind is, oh, there's pumpkins over there. I need pumpkins, so let's go ahead and grab those. It gives you more of a, I can now find what I'm looking for type of purpose. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about our last item here for today, and this is going to be about tinted glass. Now, if there's things that I've missed, then go ahead and leave a comment or ask questions down below. Otherwise, I'll try to link the article over to the snapshot, and I'm going to try to do the snapshots when they are released on the same day. It's just been crazy, and like I said, I wanted to play around with this for a little bit because, you know, this is the first snapshot of probably many to come. So anyway, we're gonna go over the tinted glass, which is a new glass block, which, you know, it looks like a normal block. It kind of looks like a dark gray color. However, the thing that you will notice about it is that it actually does not emit light. So that middle block there is completely dark. Now, I don't really know at this point in time what functionalities this will actually have. I do know that after a while, because these blocks are considered dark and non-transparent, that the grass will eventually die and become dirt. Actually, I think that, oh, nope, I thought it maybe already did. But eventually those should become dirt blocks at some point. I've definitely, yep, there we go. One just finally went. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, sometimes it doesn't. And then obviously you can let it, and then the grass can grow back. Again, as of right now, I guess the only way that I would think of is some kind of mob farm. Like if you want to be able to see into it and you want the other side to stay dark, but you know, they could still potentially see you. And then it doesn't really matter how many light sources are on this side. I guess that's the only function that's really coming to my mind as of right now. They look good as a regular block. I think some of the builds will look good, but I think they remind me too much of a gray, specifically a gray textured or a gray and stained glass. So it's very similar anyway. So if we actually pull that up, I mean, this is stained glass, and then this is the gray. I mean, it's pretty close. And then there's also the black glass as well, which probably looks a little bit more like it. But yeah, there's kind of the difference. So it's very close. It's just almost just another color to me. I don't really know what other functions it would actually serve besides like a mob farm as of right now. But anyway, that is everything that I want to go over in today's episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did enjoy today's episode, make sure that you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. If you guys are interested in more of my other Minecraft episodes, or even my Let's Plays or tutorials, then make sure that you guys check those down in my other videos. I would definitely appreciate it, as I do have an SMP that I play on, and I do have some Let's Play stuff going on there. And if you guys are interested in being a part of a SMP like Hermitcraft or like Legacy SMP, then make sure that you guys contact me about that, because there's something that I am working on with another person that we're going to be making announcements and hopefully on it very, very, very soon, because I want to start getting some people together to actually have some good times. But anyway, if you guys enjoy, you know what to do. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.